Hey, que la que hay, mi amigo Rocky here from SpeakSpanishFaster.com. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about how to order food. Now, this is very important if you are traveling, especially because, hey, we all love to eat. We travel, we love to try the new food, try the new restaurants, all those types of things. So we have to be able to order food when we're going to Spanish-speaking country. Now, the first thing I would recommend anybody do is to first think about their interactions with the workers or the people that they're going to be interacting with in a regular restaurant here in America, or in any English speaking country, or whatever your primary language is. Think about the interactions you have with the waiters, pretty much just the waiter and the hostess or the host. Think about the interaction you have with them in your native language. Think about, what do they ask you when you first arrive? Think about how you greet them when you first arrive. Think about what happens when you sit down. Think about what the waiter first says. Think about what the waiter says after that. Think about what the waiter says when it's time to leave. Think about what you say when you want to order or when it's time to leave. First, when you think about all these things and you put yourself in that position, it's not that different when you go to other countries. From what I found, at least, it's pretty much the same thing, just in a different language. Yes, they have their customs and they have, their styles or their times of eating and the proper way to say this or that. But for the most part, any country you go to, you're going to go there. They're going to say, hey, how many people? You're going to say, how many people? They're going to seat you down. The waiter's going to come and he's going to say, what would you like to drink? You're going to say what you want to drink. And then he's going to come back. And then he's going to say, what do you want to eat? And you're going to say what you want to eat. Then he's going to come back. Do you want any dessert? Then you're going to say if you want dessert. Then he's going to come back and you could say check please, or he's going to say would you like to check? So that's pretty much the entire interaction that you would have at any restaurant in pretty much any country. For the most part, of course, you might partake in some conversation with the waiter here and there, with the host or hostess here or there. But for the most part, let's keep it basic first, because when we go to a country for the first time, a Spanish-speaking country, and our Spanish isn't great, of course, we're not going to really have conversations with the waiter because we simply can't. But that doesn't mean we can't order food and we can't do it in a way where we at least seem like we know what we're doing, right? So yeah, let's talk about that. So the first key to any restaurant interaction is to first know some typical greetings, some basic greetings. Of course, every country has their own greetings. I would say that, like, for instance, in I start all my videos, I say, hey, que la que hay. That's pretty much like what's up in Puerto Rico. When I lived in the Dominican Republic, it was que lo que. That was pretty much the same thing as que la que hay. No matter which country you go to, there will be different greetings and stuff. But again, we're going to keep it basic. And plus, you wouldn't want to walk into a restaurant and say, hey, que la que hay, to somebody you've never met, right? We want to keep it more formal. So the best way to do this, the way that you can never fail, is say, hola, buenas. So buenas is like good afternoon, good evening. It could even be used for good morning. When you're walking in the restaurants, it's pretty much like good day or whatever. But it's pretty much like, hey, good day to you, no matter what time of day it is. That keeps it basic for you. So you don't have to worry about, is it morning? Do I have to say buenos dias? Do I have to say buenas tardes? Do I have to say buenas noches? Oh, no, I just say hola, buenas. And I found that all the Spanish-speaking countries I go to, pretty much anytime you walk into a store, they always say hola, buenas, buenas. So that's pretty much the go-to that everybody uses, even the natives. So just master that, hola, buenas. As soon as you walk into a restaurant, you see the host or hostess, hola, buenas, and then they'll say, hola, buenas, all right? So that's the basic greeting that you need to know. The next thing is the host will probably ask, or you can initiate it, and you could say una mesa, so that means a table, and then you just say para for however many people. So let's just say it's you and your significant other. So you could say una mesa para dos. Or the host might ask you, una mesa para cuánto? So they'll ask, like, a table for how many? So that can help you. So just pretty much know, okay, hola, buenas, una mesa para dos or if you know it's going to be 3 people with you or 4 people with you, you can prepare. 4 people, 3 people including you, or 4 people including you, or 5, or however many, you can prepare by simply knowing, hola, buenas, una mesa para, and then however many it's going to be in the party. That will get you to your table pretty much, all right? So boom, you get to the table. Now, the first thing the waiter is going to say pretty much all the time is, ¿deseas algo para tomar? Or ¿quieres algo para tomar? Or they're going to ask in some way, do you want something to drink? ¿Qué quieres tomar? Usually they'll use tomar, that's what I found, but some countries might use beber, which can mean what do you want to drink. Beber and tomar are the same thing when it comes to drinking. So they might say, ¿qué quieres beber? ¿Qué quieres tomar? ¿Qué deseas tomar? ¿Qué quieres para tomar? There's a lot of different ways they can say it. Just know if you hear quieres tomar, deseas tomar, they're asking what do you want to drink? Or beber, of course. This is where things get a little different in Spanish versus English when you start asking for things that you want. So in English, a lot of times we will say like, I'm going to have Coke, or I'm going to have water. Let's keep it simple. Water. I'm going to have water. So in English, we kind of say what we're going to have. I'm going to have water. I want water. In Spanish, it's a more formal. It's a more formal of a language, maybe. That might not be the correct way to put it, but pretty much how you're going to say it is you're not going to tell them what you want. You're going to pretty much ask them, can they bring it to you? So you're pretty much telling them what you want them to do for you. So instead of saying, oh, yo quiero agua, you would say, can you bring me agua? Can you give me agua? Now you could say this in a few different ways. You could say, puedes darme agua. You could say, puedes traerme agua. Puedes ponerme agua, which poner means to put. So if you say that, it's more like, can you pretty much put water on the table for me? But that's pretty much how you would say it. So it's not, hola, yo quiero agua. That's where I find a lot of non-native speakers make the mistake, and when they're ordering food is they say, sí, quiero agua. But that's how you would probably say in English, yeah, I want water. But in Spanish, it's more of, puedes darme agua. Like, can you give me water? Now, another great way you can say this that's even more polite, and I actually learned this in Puerto Rico, because when I was younger and I was in Puerto Rico, like with my cousins, and we would go to restaurants and they would say, oh, like, ¿qué quiere tomar? Or what do you want to eat or something? I would say, sí, dame una botella de agua. And I would just say, yeah, give me a bottle of water. And my cousin was like, man, you don't tell them, you don't say it like that. Like, you want to ask them, like, and he always said, use pudiera. So I've just been using that ever since. So pudiera or pudieras is pretty much like, will you be able to? So I would recommend just master that word. It's a little difficult if you're a beginner. Pudiera. Pudiera. Pudiera traerme una botella de agua. Can you bring me, would you be able to bring me a bottle of water? Or sí, pudiera darme agua. Would you be able to give me water? That would be the proper way. And then when it comes time to order your food, you can do the same thing. And that's what I would do, is find one way to ask for food and drinks. Find one way to ask for everything. And that really keeps it simple. So don't say, oh, puedes traerme agua. And then when you get your food, say, oh, puedes darme arroz con pollo. You don't want to, well, you can have different ways to say it, but when you're a beginner, keep it simple. Keep the phrase pudiera, and then say darme, say traerme. Choose one of those. Dar is the easiest way. So pudiera darme agua. Pudiera darme pollo. Pudiera darme whatever. That will make things easy for you and keep it really simple. Of course, it's easy to choose what you want because the menu will pretty much tell you what you want. Now, I will say you do want to have like a translator or a Spanish dictionary by your side, because even when I recently went to Madrid, and there are a lot of things on the menu that I had never seen before. So, you know, they call things different there. some of their food, it could be the same thing in like Puerto Rico or something, but it has a different name. So bring a dictionary so you actually know what you're going to be ordering, because that can get tricky. At the end of the day, the word is on there on the menu. So you simply say, pudiera traerme, boom, and you pick the food. So remember, comer is eat. So tomar, we have tomar. He'll say, ¿qué desea tomar? The waiter or waitress will say, would you like to drink? Some form of ¿qué quieres? ¿Qué deseas? Tomar, to drink. And then they'll come back and say, they'll probably say, listos. And that means like, are you ready? Or listo, ready. And then that will kind of, signify that they're ready to take your order. And they'll say, listos. And then they'll probably go, okay, ¿qué quieren comer? And then you can say what you want, pudiera darme. Or what I recommend a lot of times is asking what the waiter recommends. I do this a lot because the waiter knows the best food at the restaurant. And they'll probably give you like one or two things that you may not even have thought of. So beware of this, because the waiter will start to talk to you in Spanish. So if you don't know a lot of Spanish, pick something you want and just order it. But if your Spanish is decent, then you can ask them, ¿qué me recomienda? ¿Qué me puede recomendar? And that will, again, they'll then tell you what they recommend. So keep that in mind as well. Now, of course, they'll say, after that, they'll say postre. Do you want dessert? Postre is dessert. So they'll probably say the same thing. Desea postre, or estamos terminados. That means, are we finished? So kind of remember some of those words. Terminados, quiere postre. Those are some things they'll ask after you eat. But it'll be pretty easy to know, because, the waiter won't really say anything other than, once the food comes out midway, they'll probably say like, todo está bien, like everything is good, just like they would at a regular restaurant. And you would say, sí, perfecto, perfect. And then they'll come back later when they see your food is done, and they'll say, quiere postre, or they'll say terminados, or whatever, So just prepare for that. And then the last part, I will say that it seems a lot of people mess up because they want to directly translate the word check to cheque. So they'll say, el cheque, por favor. Now that might work in some countries, but the proper way to say it is la cuenta. So la cuenta, por favor. And that's what you will pretty much say when you want the check. So they'll either say, quiere la cuenta. But what I've found in Spanish-speaking countries is, because a lot of people go to restaurants it's more of especially in like Spain, restaurants are more of an outing. It's more of an event. You go there to drink wine all night and talk with your friends. So usually you're the one that has to ask for the check. If you just wait for the waiter, he's probably not going to bring you the check. So if you want the check, you'll have to say la cuenta, por favor. Because, in America, we're always in a hurry. And then you go to Spain and things slow down. It's take your time. You drink wine, you eat, and you drink more wine and stuff like that. So also one thing I forgot to mention, menu, el menú. So if you want the menu when you first enter, you could say el menú, or la carta is the same thing. So you could say, can I see a menu? Can I see, el menú. Pretty much basic. Now, the last thing I will talk about is, should you use the tú form or the usted form? I really think it depends on what type of restaurant you are going to. So if it's like a McDonald's or something, a fast food joint, then I might use the tú form. But if it's more of an upscale restaurant, not even upscale restaurant, but just maybe a sit-down restaurant, then I'll probably use the usted form. With that being said, you can never go wrong with the usted form. All right, that's the formal way, and I honestly probably use that even at fast food restaurants now that I think about it, because I would say like pudiera darme algo, so I would use the pudiera, the usted form, to ask for things. So make sure practice everything in the usted form when you are preparing to go to a restaurant, because it's just, respect, and it's formal. And I find in Spanish-speaking countries, especially if you go to like Spain, I haven't been to that many Spanish speaking countries besides, like, you know, my family, and I've been to Puerto Rico a lot of times, Dominican Republic, Colombia, and then Spain. So those are pretty much the only Spanish speaking countries I've been to. But I know in Spain it's really formal. Like, they're like upscale. I don't even think it's that they try to be. That's just their culture. It's just a more formal type of culture. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you want to take your Spanish speaking and comprehension to the next level, click the first comment that's pinned in the comments, or click the first link in the description. That will take you to our website where we will tell you more and give you more free training on how you can take your Spanish to the next level. If you enjoyed the video, do me a big favor. Please hit that thumbs up for me. Let me know you liked it. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Speak Spanish Faster, and we will keep these videos coming for you.